Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear viewers, Assalamu alaikum. I'm your host Faisal Raza Khan and you are watching Foresight. Viewers, you must have heard about a relationship that is higher than Himalayas, deeper than sea or oceans, sweeter than honey and stronger than steel. Yes, I'm talking about the ironclad friendship, brotherhood between Pakistan and China. This relationship got even more stronger at the bilateral strategic cooperative partnership. Always stood firm in every testing time and the challenges. In the complex landscape of the geopolitics, Pakistan-China relationship stands out as a beacon of strategic stability, strength, mutual trust and support. This relationship spans over 7 or more than 7 decades. Both countries always supported each other, particularly when we are talking about China, always stood firm, supported Pakistan in economic terms related to investments on the diplomatic front, defense and strategic affairs. Recently, Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar visited Beijing. This was the pivot, important visit when it comes to the regional situation, particularly in South Asia, when the arch rivals Pakistan and India were neck to neck and head to head. And there was at least 4 days hot war between the two. Pakistan and China both are the stabilizers in South Asia and in overall in the region. Particularly when we are talking about peace and stability in the region, especially when India is growing with its hegemon and nefarious designs. As the region navigates the challenging times, it is important to understand the Pakistan-China partnership and the relation in between. To talk on this very important subject, we have in our studios Dr. Hassan Butt. He is the Pak-China affairs expert, have a very sharp eye on investments, and he was also the former Chief Executive Officer of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa Board of Investment. Most welcome to you, sir. Thank you very much for your presence. With him, Mr. Asadullah Khan, he is the Research Fellow working at the Institute of Strategic Studies, Islamabad. Thank you very much, Asad, for your presence here.
Thank you.
And online joining us, Dr. Mehmood Ul Hassan Khan. He is the Executive Director of the Center of South Asia and International Studies. Thank you very much, Dr. Mehmood, for being with us online. My first question to you, Dr. Hassan, that China made no doubt an overwhelming history by supporting Pakistan, not only in the economic arena, but also financially, their investments, at the diplomatic level, the support is always there, but also keenly about the defense and the strategic level. And it seems that now on this friendship between the two will get more entrenched, as many strongly believe that there is nothing sacred when it comes to the Pakistan-China bilateral relations. How do you see that?
Yes, I think the history of Pakistan-China friendship and the strength of it, you've already spoken about higher than mountains, deeper than oceans, sweeter than honey. And also the recently added slogan around the Iron Brotherhood,
yes,
Fatih.
yes.
You know, even if you go to China, visit anyone, especially from a certain generation, you would always find them talking about Fatih. And I think in the recent past, of course, because of CPEC also, the Belt and Road Initiative, this relationship has actually further strengthened. But year on year, I mean, I think from the day that both of our countries got independence, and we will be celebrating our 100 years, both of us in less than 20 years, I think this strength, the strength of this has increased manifold. Not just in the defense framework which you are referring to. I think it's much broader, from diplomatic, strategic, economic, military, and people to people relationship.
And definitely about economics as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And you know, today in Pakistan, if you go to street, everyone is speaking about this, the strength of this relationship, what China has done for Pakistan recently in the 4 days. So what I believe is that I think We have reached to a stage where we are proud of this relationship, but I think we need to do more so that the naysayers could be told that what are the benefits of this, how can we further strengthen, because in the changing geopolitical scenario there will be challenges. I mean, you can't
No
say
doubt.
there will not be any challenges. So in those challenging times, while China is always there for Pakistan, Pakistan should also be remembering the support that we got during these difficult times and should be ready to support China when the need comes, because I think Pakistan, especially in the regional perspective, has a very strong position. We have a large population, we have a beautiful geography placing us right in the center of from within the region. And I think, as I said, for us it is also imperative that we realize the importance, we work to further strengthen this importance, and we should not leave it to politicians and the military leadership, and of course
As a whole nation,
as a nation,
as a whole nation, and as a whole government approach is
absolutely,
needed.
from academia to think tank. I have Asad here who represents think tank, to military, to politicians, and to the business community. And I would also urge through your program that our interaction with Chinese scholars and counterparts should increase manifold. There should be discussion happening, even at the cost of going to China, representing Pakistan, and speaking how do we feel today, because today I feel overwhelmed as far as this relationship is concerned. China has really done us a favor, and I think we should be ready to repay that when the time
Definitely, we have to reciprocate the same as China has done. Asad, how do you see the Deputy Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar's visit to China in terms of enhancing bilateral strategic cooperative partnership in all fields, especially when we are talking about defense, technology, economics and investments? What about Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi's calling Pakistan ironclad friend and vowed to deepen all-weather strategic cooperative partnership in between, because he was very overwhelmingly actually expressing himself when there was a meeting between Ishaq Dar and Wang Yi.
I think, Faisal, this particular visit is of immense importance for not only for Pakistan but also for the region itself, including China and Afghanistan. I would second you that there are a lot of agreements and developments in terms of our economic deals or technological deals or defense deals during this visit, but I would like to give you a kind of a bird's eye view of the situation, that what is actually happening. So I personally think this visit is important because of the three main reasons. One is, first is the diplomatic footprint that Pakistan wants to expand in this post-India conflict scenario, and Pakistan wants to engage with the regional countries. On the positive note, Pakistan wants its contribution, peaceful contribution in the region, and Pakistan is a peaceful nation. This is the message that we diplomatically want to expand our footprints in the region. Secondly, the most important thing is the security situation of the region. The current, because of the Indian hostile acts and what India has done in the past 2-3 weeks, it has been observed that the peace of this region was disturbed. So Pakistan want to give a message that it is a peaceful nation, and we like to work with Chinese towards the development.
To intact the regional
yes,
security
yes,
and all dynamics.
And all that. The third one is, that is the most important one, that to expedite the CPEC. That we want to work really hard on the CPEC, and we really want to take it to the next level as the second phase is going on. In that, what Chinese has to offer is to extend the CPEC to Afghanistan. We have been talking about this extension of CPEC to Afghanistan before as well, but I think this is now the right time that Afghanistan is also on board. There is a relative kind of a
their interim Foreign Minister Amir Khan Muttaqi was also there in Beijing.
He was also there, and they showed keen interest in having
very successful trilateral done there in Beijing.
Very successful initiative. Then in the second part of the question, you talked about how the Foreign Minister Wang Yi has expressed his.
Although he expressed that in a couple of phone calls, what he has already done, had done in with the Deputy Foreign Minister, Deputy Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar. But this visit particularly, during this visit and the interaction between the two, he was very outspoken regarding, and overwhelmingly he met with very cordial, in a cordial atmosphere. They exchanged lots of pleasantries in between, and it was a very fruitful meeting that was held there.
So I just want to endorse your all these points, that there is no doubt that Foreign Minister Wang Yi or the Chinese government also value its relationship with Pakistan. It's not the one-sided. It's a that all-weather strategic cooperative partnership that we want to take it to the next level. And they have realized through the Indian aggression that the region needs, more cordial or the more connected approach that needs to be implemented in the region.
Your point well taken, Asad. Dr. Mehmood, whether after historic defeat and humiliation from Pakistan, India has again activated its sleeper cells, state-sponsored terrorist networks, proxies like BLA and others hidden in mountains in Balochistan or in the neighboring states to attack innocents in Balochistan, like what happened just yesterday in Khuzdar's school children were targeted, unfortunately, and those are children martyred, lots of them were injured there. Do you think that India will intensify this terrorism in Pakistan, because even might be they are going to unleash attacks against the Chinese due to its nefarious designs against Pakistan and China, because India is planning that even during the hot conflict with Pakistan, and now India geared up with that, and that there are lots of statements available by the Indian leadership that they will take revenge of what happened during 6th and 10th of May, and they are utilizing third and the fourth country's soil to inflict terrorism on Pakistan. How do you respond to that?
It's a very good question. Yes, of course, there are very concrete information that after the defeat of India, especially its so highly projected Operation Sindoor, India government and of course its secret agencies through the regional proxies, mainly BLA, TTP, Majid Brigade, Fateh Squad, and many others will definitely try to destabilize Pakistan society, mainly in Balochistan and some part of KPK areas. So we should be vigilant in order to counter all these secret sponsorship training of Indian RA agency and its local handlers. It is indeed a great victory for Pakistan, especially the armed forces of Pakistan, Pakistan Air Force, Pakistan war gadgetry, especially the JF-17, J-10C of China, and all others associated system. But the next phase, as the Narendra Modi, the Prime Minister of India, in his speech to nation, that Operation Sindoor was passed but not completed. So it indicated the real face of BJP, real face of terrorism and state terrorism sponsorship, especially with against Pakistan.
So, Dr. Mehmood, China has always recognized Pakistan as a vital partner for regional peace and stability, particularly in the context of Afghanistan, counterterrorism and the regional integration in this context. How do you see the recently held Pakistan, China, Afghanistan trilateral meeting in Beijing, decision to fight terrorism, reaffirming the protection of the sovereignty and territorial integrity and extension of the China-Pakistan economic corridor to Afghanistan?
Yeah, I personally think it's very timely, effective, integrated, and meaningful because all the destabilizer factor, I mean to say, terrorism, fanaticism, the proxies have been clearly defined, discussed, and agreed to jointly fight against all these factors. That's why Pakistan, China, Afghanistan trilateral dialogue is the need of the hour because there was speculation or information news that the Taliban delegation visited in the near past to Delhi, and they had their own vested interest. But thanks God, policymaker of Pakistan and China, of course, the ironclad brother stood first and devised a very holistic and comprehensive policy in order to create better understanding, the regional consensus to achieve the desired goal of peace, stability, and harmony, and the joint strategy against all ill design of India in terms of terrorism, in terms of creating the fifth hybrid war against Pakistan, instability, and other things which is no is being
Your point well taken, Dr. Your point well taken, Dr. Hassan. How pivotal is Pakistan and China, particularly in the defense and the strategic partnership, especially in the wake of rapidly changing geopolitical dynamics and challenges for both Islamabad and Beijing, because in the form of Indian jingoistic and nefarious designs, which are evident in particularly when we are talking about how the Pahalgam incident happened and how India actually used it for halting or suspension of the Indus Water Treaty and then attacking Pakistan because there was no substantial evidence available to India, and even the Indian Foreign Office says that investigations into the Pahalgam attack still ongoing. So in the wake of all these challenges, where Pakistan and China stands right now?
Yeah, I think we all know that the world is changing.
Yes, it is.
The geopolitical scenario is changing and it's shifting towards Asia. And while it's shifting towards Asia, China is becoming the center point, the center of gravity to all what is happening around us.
Yes.
And in that case, Pakistan-China friendship, I believe, is the stabilizing factor when it comes to conditions where challenges can emerge. You know, there will be challenges. Of course, China is rising and everybody is not happy about this rise.
Definitely.
Of course, Pakistan's economy is getting better. We are now converging towards regional stability, regional integration, and of course everyone is not happy about it. So when Pakistan and China work together, work towards not just the security aspect of it, the economic aspect of it, when we work together, we find more solutions and address many problems, like the problem of Afghanistan. You know, there are issues in Afghanistan and they all stem from economic conditions. You know, if the conditions are not well, there would be security related issues, and the challenges are growing also through climate change, you know, because all this, you cannot restrict them in border. Every poverty, every climate change, every security related issue has an impact which goes across border. So in that context, China and Pakistan are joint working groups within CPEC, are collaboration not just between MOFAs of two countries but also across various ministries. The strength of it are about 1,000 students are getting agriculture education as we speak in China. So therefore, we are the stabilizing factor. From our leadership to everyone in Pakistan should realize the impact of this. China has made it clear that it is working on shared prosperity and a goal and vision of shared development. And BRI is manifestation of it. They have invited India several times. They have also asked Afghanistan.
And CPAC is the practical implementation of that.
No so doubt. Now when we work together towards economic growth, India, I'm sure in the past week must have realized that it cannot affect, impact or deter Pakistan in any case through use of force.
No doubt.
We are strong, we are committed, and a whole of nation is there. We are now working towards our economy. We want peaceful rise and economic growth through our friends in China, of course all our neighbors.
Yes.
But if India still considers that since its economy is getting better, it can have an overarching impact of Pakistan, I think now it must have realized serious thinkers must be getting their heads together to talk about how to work in a better scenario, because I can tell you, if China and Pakistan and rest of the countries within BRI, within of course the Trans-Afghan Railway, Central Asian countries getting together.
From Uzbekistan
I think
to Pakistan.
India would be left behind, would be left alone, and if India, its leadership, its people, they want that, we will not stop that.
Not completed, but India a bit isolated after the response Pakistan initiated.
So whether they want it, it's their call. For us, it's economic growth, prosperity, regional integration, harmony and peaceful coexistence.
No doubt. You are absolutely right. When we are talking about Asad, definitely Deputy Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar, during his interaction with the Chinese leadership, he must have sought the diplomatic support from China. Always, that is always there. But right now, Pakistan is facing lots of huge hurdles and the issues with India. Number one is the Indus Water Treaty, and that is going to be a bone of contention in near future, because Pakistan already called it, if Pakistan's water would be stopped or diverted, it would be considered as an act of war. No doubt about that. The resolution of the Kashmir issue, because the genocide is going on there. Declaring India as a global terrorism exporter country and using its intelligence agency RAW for target killings in Pakistan, as we have lots of other examples as well, the Canada, United States, UK and all others. So how do you see this support and extensive diplomatic surge, aggressive diplomacy across the world, as Pakistan initiated some of the delegations, now they are preparing up to go abroad into the different capitals. How do you see the Chinese support in this regard?
Faisal, you have raised very important points. First, let me explain what is happening on this Indus Water Treaty front. China is supporting Pakistan's stance that no nation has, right to stop the water of any other lower riparian nation in the world, and this don't happen anywhere in the world. This is against the law, against the norms, against the international law. So we have seen this support not only in the form of statements. They have showed this support in the form of action. The Chinese, they have started developing the dams more with a fast pace. They have increased the work on the dams
in Pakistan as well, and in China as well.
In Pakistan and China both, yes.
Because China is actually the upper riparian, India is the middle one, middle riparian,
exactly.
And we are the lower riparian. So we have to understand that dynamic as well.
So they are supporting our stance on this diplomatically as well, and through their actions as well. Secondly, you have talked about the terrorism issue. We need to understand that at the moment, though India is blaming Pakistan, that Pakistan is the exporter of the terrorism in the region, however, the whole world is witnessing that at the moment there are two victims of terrorism in the region. Number one is Pakistan. We have lost thousands of lives, more than 90,000 lives in this.
Very precious lives.
Lost, more than billions of dollars loss to our economy. We have suffered huge losses in this war.
And what India done,
Yes.
after the false flag operation in Pahalgam and killed their own people.
People, yes.
26, 27 people over there. And how India actually reacted to that, attacking Pakistan, attacking on Pakistan civilians. Now, when thousands of attacks done in Pakistan, whether Pakistan don't have the right to attack India?
Yes, we do have the right to attack India, and we did that. We proved to the world that we will.
But Pakistan is a
won't-
responsible
Yeah,
country. We are the peace-loving country.
Yes,
That's why.
but
That's
we
why we
have
are
to-
bearing the brunt
Yeah.
of Indian terrorism in Pakistan. We are bearing all those precious lives who lost actually, and we have borne all those economic disasters, and we have gone through.
So the second nation that I was talking about is the Chinese nation.
Yes.
They are also affected. Their citizens are also being killed in the various terrorist attacks. So now, along with Pakistan,
They are
China
sacrificing for Pakistan
yes,
here.
Exactly. So along with Pakistan, they are now also talking about this counter-terrorism cooperation, counter-terrorism initiatives. They are also eager to participate in that. They are also trying to mitigate this threat in the region. So their actions are like they are with Pakistan.
Definitely,
on this-
definitely. India is
on
the
this-
symbol of instability in
Yes.
the region right
Faisal,
now,
I
and
just want to
Pakistan.
highlight
Yes,
one
please,
small point.
please.
I think in a conflict, armed or otherwise, there are red lines.
Yes.
And I think there is a red line around women and children.
No doubt.
We are seeing this happening in Gaza, and the whole world is speaking about it. And what has happened yesterday, I think,
In
is a
Khusda,
red line.
yes.
Is a red line.
Yes.
Any organization, any country behind this must remember that our nation remembers our red lines, and we have the where, means, and resources to address this challenge.
Yes.
We will address this, we should address this. We have friends who will support us in this, because the world knows that when poor young girls are killed because of this terrorism, I think for me personally, and I think for the whole of nation individually, each one of us, this is now enough, and I think we will take actions where and when required. I hope the tripartite meeting that has happened in Beijing and the following meeting that will happen inshallah in Afghanistan must have realized this, must have understood the challenge, because if it is today in Pakistan, it can happen in any country, and India must realize
Definitely, we have to take stern action against all those who were responsible for that. Dr. Mehmood, in the of evolving regional threats and India's growing military spendings, that is for the year 2024-25, reached around $86.1 billion, making it the fifth largest military spender globally. So how critical is to rapidly enhance Pakistan-China technological, defense and strategic partnership in all areas of concern, while what kind of strategic leverage does it provide in maintaining the regional balance of power?
Yeah, definitely. There is urgent need to move from development to deterrence in terms of mutual cooperation between Pakistan and China. So that's why I have been writing a lot of article to convince the policymaker of both the country to start a joint production of stealth warfighter, mutual cooperation, close coordination, and collaboration in the electromagnetic system, uh, laser technology, artificial intelligence, soldiering, and many others like joint production of nuclear drone and combat drone in order to mitigate all the expected military misadventures from India in the near future. There are certain news published in different regional as well as international media houses that lot of US and Israeli military carriers are landing in India. That is the clear-cut indication that the government of India and armed forces of India are collecting lot of arms, which may be used again against Pakistan in near future. So that's why the joint production of so many modern technologies in terms of laser, in terms of science and space, in terms of stealth fighter, in terms of naval expansion, unnamed, unmanned, small submarines, and all others associated war gadgetry. Because after the failure of Operation Sindoor, the geopolitical and geostrategic scenario of region has been changed drastically. So this is the high time that policymaker of Pakistan should realize the strategic importance of the victory which they got very recently in order to convince the Central Asian countries, Middle East countries, and of course the other countries.
Definitely, Dr. Mehmood, it was a huge victory, but we are not resting right now, but we are working hard on that account, no doubt about that. So, as Pakistan-India strategic rivalry intensifies, how crucial has the Chinese assistance been to Pakistan earlier when we are talking about this particular 4 days battle, how that have proven actually decisive on the battlefield and how that actually re-established the balance of power and deterrence in the region, especially in the light of India's increasingly aggressive posture and the hegemonic designs in South Asia?
Yeah, absolutely true. The Chinese assistance, Chinese guidance, Chinese professional expertise has been the part and parcel of Pakistan overall victory against hegemonic designs of India. Most recently, China J10C has become the hottest selling products in East Asia, South Asia, and of course Central Asia. So I would like to share that the government of Uzbekistan, Kazakhstan have already discarded their purchasing orders to buy Rafale, and same is the case of Indonesia. Uh, uh, Previously, it has ordered up to the extent of 7.8 billion US dollar, and this is the victory of Chinese modern qualitative technology, especially the J10C, PL15, and many more to come to become the new normal in the region and the regional stabilizing.
Definitely a stabilizing factor, no doubt about that. Asad, what do you think about the China and Pakistan's journey about firmly standing with each other in all testing and hard times, especially during the recent 4 days war between Pakistan and India? Do you not think that the Chinese support to Pakistan's legitimate security concerns, including to the armed forces, actually proven to be a game changer at the critical times when world kept mum on Indian hegemonic designs, genocide in Kashmir, unilateral suspension of the Indus Water Treaty, the terrorism which is state-sponsored by Delhi, and target killings in Pakistan? Because there was no voice across the world against all these atrocities in Kashmir, what happened with the Indus Water Treaty, and what's happening from the last many decades in Pakistan related to this Indian state-sponsored terrorism and the target killings?
Yeah, very important question, Faisal. I would endorse here the point raised by Dr. Hassan Butt that the world is already in flux. It is moving from unipolarity to the multipolarity.
It is a kind of international disorder rather than to be the order there?
No, the order is kind of changing. It's moving towards the multipolarity now instead of unipolarity. Before we were in a unipolar world. So in this scenario, China now has a greater responsibility. China is emerging as a leader of the global south. And the issues of the global south, or the issues in the global south at the moment, China is dealing with that very wisely, I believe. Their approach is very wise towards these issues. They are now supporting Pakistan and all the other peaceful nations in the region, in the global south. In that support, their relationship with Pakistan is a kind of a relationship that is exemplary relationship. That has been witnessed to the world, that the world has witnessed this relationship, and that has stood all the hard and good times of the past. We observed Chinese support on diplomatic front, on the neighborhood front as well, that we are immediate neighbors, but we didn't have any kind of disagreement ever in our historic relations.
We even settled our border disputes amicably, without
exactly.
any confrontation.
That was the
and all
1962 border agreement that you were talking about. So we settled our every issue very peacefully. In fact, we didn't face any issue as such in the past. So this relationship is a very time-tested relationship, and I believe this would continue in the
definitely
future
it has
well.
to continue.
Yes,
no doubt about that.
It would continue in
we
the
don't
future.
have any doubt in our minds,
Yes.
really. Dr. Hassan, how do you see the Western arms support to India, especially in the context of the US containment of China policy, then designating India as a counterweight to China, and the so-called net security provider, which is already trashed by Pakistan right now? This has already put South Asian strategic stability at risk, and this will increase the strategic competition, no doubt about that, intensify the arms race, and will push subcontinent towards the greater insecurity. And recent Pak-India limited war was just a start. So how do you see the entire scenario in the futuristic way?
I think the West should learn from France and should reconsider when they supply arms and ammunition to India.
Absolutely.
Because what India can do to Rafale, which is a potent aircraft and has a long range.
India can do it. India can do it to any technology across the world, because India has the ability to do
Absolutely.
it. Really.
So if they want to spoil the reputation of their arms and ammunition,
Yes.
they're most welcome to provide it to India.
No doubt.
But there are two reasons for supplying arms, and of course the other arsenals.
Supplying or
One is
spoiling?
Both, as I said. So one reason is, of course, because of economic sense, you're selling something and India is buying. And the other reason is what Israel is doing,
Yes.
supporting the hegemonic design of India. What Israel is doing in Gaza, I think it is reciprocating and wants to reciprocate perhaps in this region. But I think the study of history, because everything that happens in the future has a push of history.
Yes.
So I think I would advise Israel to reconsider, review and read some chapters of history, because us as Pakistan nation, we are when it is about foreign aggression, we are united as one. I think India has learned it time and again, and perhaps wants to learn more. It's up to them. But for the West, which is supplying for financial and economic reasons, for selling their weapons and arms and aircrafts, I think, as I said, they should reconsider, learn from France, ask France what India has done to the reputation of Rafale, whether the aircraft's orders are cancelled or not. I do not have a data as we speak, but of course, based on what I'm seeing and reading and viewing in shows of yours and others also. The last thing is that I would echo AVM Aurangzeb's and of course Vice Admiral Rabnawaz's point when they highlighted during the debrief. One is, it does the man behind the gun matters.
No doubt.
The gun does not matter.
Yes, yes.
Whether you provide them
It's
the
all
best,
about training and the
best
leadership, no doubt about it.
And of course, when Vice Admiral Rabnawaz said, our action will speak louder than words.
Yes.
We believe in
The
action.
silent guy of Pakistan.
We have our friends like China, like Turkey, like Azerbaijan, and the list is growing. What you have seen President Trump speak about Pakistan and its people in the past 2 weeks when everything was happening here,
Even
is
just
a
yesterday as
manifestation
well.
of its. I have traveled recently, met few friends from Muslim world. All of them are happy and proud of what Pakistan has done. And it was not that we were the aggressor. We were just responding to the aggression in our country. So if someone wants to provide weapons for spoiling their reputation, they are most welcome.
Obviously, you are absolutely right. Asad, one of the very important factor, the high stakes and the regional tensions and the hybrid warfare. How vital is the real-time Pakistan-China space collaboration, the cooperation in the satellite networking, the surveillance, the geospatial intelligence and electronic warfare that enhanced actually the Pakistan's battlefield readiness and operational precision as well. So how do you see how much important it is, this collaboration going on between Pakistan? We are not talking about that it is going to be collaborated, because this collaboration is going on from the many years, past years. So how do you see overall scenario? Because this is the area where Pakistan actually focused and got a winning laugh.
You might have observed that we responded very vibrantly during the recent conflict.
Yes, and technically and tactically as well.
And that was probably because of this particular collaboration that we are already having with the Chinese.
Yes.
This was one of the major factors,
no doubt,
in our swift response to the Indian aggression in the last conflict. So I believe this would increase Pakistan's, operational capability and operational readiness to respond to any conflict in the future. As we know that India will not, sit idle in this in the future.
Obviously,
it would also, it would again do, it will try to again, take any action against Pakistan as it is its past. Kind of a thing that it has been doing against Pakistan normally. So I believe that this will be an edge. This technology or this collaboration with China will give an edge to Pakistan whenever we are engaged in any sort of the conflict in the region. So this is very important, and I think it should continue.
Definitely, and at the end there is always that man behind the machine. And obviously the leadership and the kind of the training we have and how we are actually employing all these technologies.
And actually Chinese are also now acknowledging this, that it's the man behind the machine.
On the lighter note, it is very important, and even it is very serious as well, that Chinese are also learning what Pakistan employed actually. So Dr. Hassan, has the recent war transformed, in real terms, transformed Pak-China relationship from strategic to indispensable phase? Because China-Pakistan defense collaboration, the partnership, its equipment, weapon systems and the technology, especially when we are talking about fighter jets, as Dr. Mehmood was rightly pointing out about drones, the air defense systems, artillery guns, have given actually Pakistan a real edge over enemy, proved decisive on battlefield and given a thumping victory. So how do you see this whole scenario, that in which way we have to go? Because Pakistan, with the help of China, the transfer of technology, we were able to develop our own fighter, that is JF-17 Thunder, and now we are an exporting nation, fighter exporting nation. So how do you see that, this whole scenario in which we are right now?
If you read Henry Kissinger's book on China, you would realize the important role that Pakistan played in bringing the world closer to China. And everyone from that generation, I think before baby boomers, every generation which played diplomatic role or any other role in China remembers the role that Pakistan played in bringing China into the mainstream world. They want to reciprocate. For me, for all of us, for everyone perhaps who watches your show, except the naysayers, we understand the strength of our friendship with China. I've seen this in the military domain, I've seen this in CPAC very, very closely. When China came, when no one was there to invest in Pakistan, they invested in broadly in almost all sectors, from infrastructure to energy to vocational center to social development of our country, for regional integration of our country.
They tried to develop Pakistan from the grassroots, really.
So this has actually happened, and I want to thank Modi for this. I think Modi has helped us bring a new chapter in our Pakistan study books, in our
Yes.
history books,
Yes.
where younger generation, which has not seen wars, which do not realize the importance of
Now they witness their own self, really.
the importance of the hard work that our forefathers, Qaid-e-Azam, you know, why Pakistan was separated from India.
This has given a
Today-
lot of advantage because this has unified whole of the nation.
Absolutely. And
It has internationalized the Kashmir issue once again. It has realized that how much water is important for Pakistan and lots of others. So
And
you are
just let
absolutely
me
right.
complete last point. For this younger generation, they would now realize the importance of Pakistan-China friendship.
Yes.
New books and chapters and stories would be written around this friendship. Maybe movies would be made around this.
Yes. Yes. No
And
doubt.
lastly, if Modi and the government in India thinks that they can stop the water, and as I think DGISPR also said, of 240 vibrant, pragmatic, smart, brave people of Pakistan, they can
240
stop
million,
water.
no doubt.
I think they should go back to the drawing board and think again.
Definitely. And we are at the chessboard and we know that how to play really. It is very important. One last question, Dr. Mehmood, if you would like to respond briefly because we have run short of time. So, Dr. Mehmood, what you think about that Pakistan right now facing a lot of challenges, even the South Asia regarding stability and all that. And Pakistan is now intent to surge its diplomatic presence across the world. That's why some of the delegations soon will be visiting to the different capitals. What kind of approach we must have? And I think, and it must be assured that from the Chinese side as well, because it would be the part of discussion that how China is going to play diplomatically at the international level regarding these challenges.
Yeah, very briefly, I humbly suggest that government of Pakistan should form a group of genuine strategists like Hassan Butt and many others in the country in order to visit Central Asian countries and deliver a very comprehensive lectures about the strategic importance of Pakistan and China. Strategic friendship in terms of BRI, in terms of CPEC, that because China, CPEC has already been decided to extend to the middle corridor of Afghanistan to be connected with all the Central Asian countries. So that's why the government of Pakistan should realize the urgency of the matter and come out of the cosmetic arrangement like forming the so-called regional experts or others media group and send the real strategist minded people.
Dr. Mehmood, you are absolutely right. Not only the strategists, but as the parliamentarians are geared up, then we have to utilize our former foreign secretaries, the diplomats, the retired generals as well, the bureaucrats, and no doubt the strategists. And Dr. Mehmood actually suggested your name, so we endorse as well. So, Dr. Mehmood as well. So thank you very much, Dr. Mehmood, for being with us online and for very candid views. Thank you very much, Dr. Hassan.
I just want to say one short.
Yeah, definitely. Why not?
I think I want to congratulate the Prime Minister for selecting the most able group for going and
Yes,
representing
no doubt,
Pakistan.
no
I
doubt.
worked with them. Brilliant choice.
No doubt about that. Thank you very much, Dr. Hassan, for your presence. Thank you very much, Asad, for your presence here in the studios. Viewers, you have just listened to our panelists. No doubt that during the 4 days war between Pakistan and India, Pakistan got a thumping victory just because of the technology, the employment, the training, the leadership Pakistan has. And this in this technology, whether we are talking about electronic countermeasures, whether the electronic warfare, the electromagnetic spectra, whether the space, cyber, or the kinetic domain, no doubt that China is basically the middle of it, and China provided all these technologies, and in collaboration with China, Pakistan developed a lot really, and we have learned a lot from the Chinese professionalism and experience. So now we have to move as a nation, as a whole of the nation approach and whole of the government approach when it comes to Pakistan-China relations. No doubt that we have to work hard now in all domains because in defense and strategic affairs, no doubt about that, we have a very strong collaboration in between. We are developing joint fighters. We are developing a lot really. But on the other side, we have to work hard on economic domain. We have to work hard on different projects. We have to work hard regarding wiping out this terrorism from Pakistan, protecting the Chinese citizens in the country. We have to work with China in this front as well. And it is also very important that when Pakistan has lots of apprehensions about the Afghanistan, as lots of terrorist groups hiding there and took refuge at the Afghan soil. Now, from the last 6 months, China has taken this responsibility as well. There was the first meeting held in Kabul, that was the trilateral at the representative level, and then there was now a meeting in Beijing where the trilateral meeting held between at the foreign minister levels. And I think so that extending CPAC to Afghanistan and Chinese guarantees to the protection of the sovereignty and integrity, that is the real catalyst now. And Pakistan, China, Afghanistan trilaterally, Pakistan and China bilaterally, I think so that we should move forward and attain the new objectives, new heights, and for prosperity and economic development. And this is the real essence of Pakistan-China friendship, because both the countries want peace, stability in the region, development and prosperity. This is all from today's Foresight. It's time to sign off. Allah Hafiz.